All right, so I've got a quiz app, and the quiz app is multiple choice now. Okay, so I have this list picker, and when I touch the choose answer button, which is really part of the list picker, when I choose it, it shows a list of answers for the user. Then they can choose an answer, like I chose Carter, and I'll say, okay, correct, good job. Okay, so what I want to do though is right now my answers that come up, the choices, are always the same. And really, for every question, I've got 3 questions in this app. I want the answer choices to be different. Okay, I'm going to keep my list called answer list. Those are my right answers, but I'm going to create a new list. Okay, and I'm going to create that list, and I'm going to call it answer choices. All right, so here's my new variable. I'm going to call it answer choices. And this is where we're going to use a list of lists. I'm going to put picture list out of the way. I want a list of lists, and basically each list item will be a list itself, and that will have the choices for that question. Okay, so I'm going to grab a make a list block, okay, just like normal. Okay, but what's going to be a little strange is, well, first of all, let me switch this and make it have 3 items, because we're still staying in sync with the answers in the questions. We want 3 of them. But each item is not going to be a text or some single thing. Each item is going to be a list in itself. Okay, so I'm actually going to go grab 3 more make a lists. And what I'm really building here is a list of lists. Okay, so each of these guys is going to show the answers. This guy will show the answers for the first question. This guy will show the answers for the second. And this guy for the third. And I could have any number of answer choices for each question. But let's just say I have 3 for that one. Right? I could have 2 for this one. Whatever I want. Doesn't really matter. Just leave it at 2. And then give this guy 2 as well. Okay, so for this guy, this is the question about Roosevelt. I need to put 3 text boxes in here. But I can fill these up with whatever I want. So I could put who's close to Roosevelt. Truman was around about that time. And anyway, I could add a bunch of different answers that make sense for each question. All right, so I just kind of entered these things offline. So now we've got a bunch of answers. Like we've got 3 answers for the first question, 2 for the second one, 2 answer choices, right, and 2 for the third one. And of course, you can make those, whatever, more specific to make it harder for the user. Okay, so we've got this list of lists, and this kind of complicates things, but I'm going to show you how to use it. And what we have to deal with is our list picker, right? So we've got this list picker, and before picking is where you want to set the elements that are going to appear. Okay, right now, I don't care what question I'm on. When I click choose answer, the list picker that comes up always has the same 3 things. Okay, and really what I want is, depending on what question I'm on, I want these different sublists of answers to appear. Okay, so that's what we got to change here. So in the before picking, our elements are not going to get set to answer list. Okay, and really what they're going to get set to is we're going to select the current sublist from our answer choices. Okay, so you've used select list item before. We're going to use it right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to select from answer choices. Okay, and what we're going to want is the current index. So our variable index, where's that guy? Here he is. So we're going to need this guy, and that guy tells us which question you're on. So depending on which question you're on, index will tell us 1, 2, or 3. We're either going to grab this sublist, or this sublist, right? We're selecting the first, second, or the third from this outer list of answer choices. Okay, so I think this should do it for us. The selection, after picking is the same. Once they choose, we're going to grab whatever they chose and see if it's right. Okay, so let's see if this works. So now, when I choose answer, Okay, perfect. I'm getting Mondale and Reagan for my two choices. And actually, neither one of those is right, so I gotta fix that. If I choose Mondale, it says sorry, you blew it. So one thing I gotta make sure is that the correct answer is one of these guys. So let's get rid of Reagan here. We gotta add Carter, of course. And then for our third answer, we've got to have Nixon in here. Okay, so let's just do that. Okay, let's just test. I'll go to the next button. There's the picture of Nixon. Right now, when I choose answer, I see Nixon and Agnew. Okay, if I choose Nixon, I should get it right. Correct. Good job. Okay, so anyway, that is how you do a list of lists. It's a little bit abstract, right? Now you've got not just a list of items, but this you have to dig down twice to get to what you're getting. And here we're setting a list. The list picker elements, which is a list, we're setting it to a selection from another list. Okay, but we know that other list is a list of lists. So when we select one of its items, we're grabbing a list, which is kind of a sublist. So anyway, that's how you can do a multiple choice test in Inventor.